Hey guys, welcome to this episode of From the Pages of WWF Magazine. I am Anthony, this is Collectors Entertainment Network, and this week we not only wrap up 1989, we also wrap up the 80s in WWF magazines with the December 1989 issue of WWF Magazine with Rowdy Roddy Piper on the cover. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back. Please comment down below. I love reading your comments, your WWF Magazine memories. Please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. And of course, please give the video a like. It really helps a lot. Also, go on over to Facebook. Check out the Collectors Entertainment Network Facebook page. Give that a like and join the Federation Nation group. I'd love to have you over there as well. Okay, now we're going to get into it. December 1989, Rowdy Roddy Piper on the cover. Let's get into the pages. Alright, December 1989 issue of WWF Magazine. You got Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Hot Rod, on the cover. Let's look. Rowdy Roddy Piper, Riled by Rude, Survivor Series, Thanksgiving Night Extravaganza previewed. Brutus Beefcake the Barber aims to maul Martel. Jake the Snake will have his day with DiBiase. And Macho King Randy Savage, more regal than Hacksaw. And in this issue, Demolition takes the Brain Buster's belt and the Hulkster in Battle of the Titans. Alright, let's get inside. You've got Jordan versus Bird Ed right there on the inside cover. And then you've got I Got This Magazine, November 13th, 1989. And it says mail. If you looked in the last episode of From the Pages where we went over the November 89, it said that I bought that one in the store. So I don't know that, like I said then, it might have been sort of a hiccup on that. I got that issue late and I, of course, went out. I couldn't handle maybe getting it late, so I went out and got it. And then just when the magazine finally did come in the mail, then I used that to probably make some like, cutouts and stuff like that, make my own magazine. Alright, Magazine Information Center. You've got the WWF Magazine, all the publishers and all that stuff. And you've got Stetson, easy to wear, hard to resist, Stetson fits. And the Red Rooster over here saying, just saying no to drugs. Around the Ring Survivor Series. And some more of the Hall's Vitamin C Drops. Fan Forum. You've got the Wrestling Spotlight with Bret the Hitman Hart on the cover. And now available on video cassette and laser video disc, Hulk Hogan, No Holds Barred. Get a ringside seat at your local video outlet. I have this movie on DVD or Blu-ray or both. I don't even remember. But I definitely want to get the old VHS. And I really want to get the old laser disc. If you guys have ever seen any of my other shows on the channel, I am a bit of a vintage home video collector. I've got laser discs. I've got beta. I've got all sorts of stuff. And in fact, you can see right here, I've got the best WWF on Laserdisc, and as well as Wrestlemania and Bloopers, Bleeps, and Body Slams. The only Coliseum video Laserdisc I am missing is the Hulkamania one, because only the first 4 Coliseum videos were released on Laserdisc. And I have a video about that. Federation Nation, Episode 1. Guys, go check that out. Alright, here we keep on going. Body Language by Jesse the Body Ventura. And you got your little ad for giving the WWF Magazine as a gift. And here we go, Survivor Series, the WWF Thanksgiving Night tradition when it was still on Thanksgiving night. I missed that. Here we go, we've got the Hulkamaniacs versus the $1 Million Team, the Ultimate Warriors versus Heenan's family, Roddy's Rowdies versus the Rude Brood, the 4x4s versus the King's Court, and the Dream Team versus the Enforcers. I gotta go back and watch that Survivor Series. Newsbreakers, Hulk Hogan's Perfect Challenger. And of course you've got Lanny Poffo there in his genius gimmick, sort of seconding Mr. Perfect. Which is weird because Mr. Perfect was, he's a pretty good talker. I don't think you needed anyone else, but, well, that's what they went with. Personality Profile, Hercules. A talk with Rowdy Roddy Piper. I gotta see if this is real because, like I've said before, you never know if the writers just wrote these interviews. If they actually had the wrestlers, do the interviews in character. But the Hot Rod would probably be a pretty funny interview if it was real. All right. Battle of the Titans. Hulk Hogan versus the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Where is this from? I'm sure I've seen it back in the day. Guys, comment down below if you know when this is from. Is it a Saturday night's main event? I mean, it's a pretty high-profile match. So Saturday night's main event is what I'm thinking, but I'm not exactly sure. Looks like Jake the Snake is down there, and then you got Zeus coming in. I don't know, guys. What is this from? And here you go, Superstars 4. Of course, I've got this. In fact, I've got all 3 of them. This one, Superstars 3, I bought brand new. Of course, Superstars 4, I bought brand new. Superstars 2, I think I bought it off a friend maybe a year or so, like later. Maybe about the time I bought Superstars 3, or maybe about the time I bought Superstars 4, but I got it off a friend. This one I just got more recently on eBay, the first Superstars, in the last few years, I think. So I will go over those one of these days. All right, here you go. Survivor Series preview. Hulkamaniacs versus $1 Million Team. We already went through this in the ad for Survivor Series, but we could do it again. Ultimate Warriors versus Heenan's family, and Roddy's Rowdies versus the Rude Brood. 4x4s versus the King's Court. And here is the new WWF Thanksgiving tradition, Survivor Series. Here's the program. Become a part of the Survivor Series story. Look for your issue of the evening's official program at a newsstand near you. And of course, I have this. I'm going to do some episodes of Federation Nation where I go through classic pay-per-views, especially ones that I have the program to. I'll watch them again because it's been so many years. I'll watch them. I'll create a little review. We'll go through the program. I've already done that with a look back at SummerSlam 89. So, guys, actually, let me know in the comments below what pay-per-views would you like me to go back and watch. And if I want to deal with, say, the programs, try to keep them in the 87, 88, 89, 90 area. Because, first of all, that's where we are from the pages of WWF Magazine. So we can kind of sort of keep them somewhat concurrent with that. But I would also like to show the programs. So that would be, we'd have to do that. Because after a certain year, I don't think I was buying the programs anymore. Alright, and we keep on going. The Dream Team versus the Enforcers. And, sorry, it's coming out of the magazine here, but you've got the wrestling ring ad for the 1989 figures. And look, you've got the Hulk Hogan white shirt, and of course there is the yellow shirt. You got the repaint of Andre, which is Blackstrap Andre. But Brutus Beefcake, that's just the old Brutus Beefcake figure. And I think Rick Rude's got different pants here in this promo. And of course, Haku is in King attire, and he actually comes in the Islanders attire. But anyway, these 1989 figures, the 89 figures and the blue trunk short-haired Andre are the only figures I don't have. I have all the rest that I got back when I was a kid. Go back and check Federation Nation. I have a series of interviews, not only showing the figures that I have, I also have written down when I've got about 90%. I have the day that I wrote, that I got them written down, and for some of them, I even have the store that I got them at. So go back and check that out. But let's continue with the magazine. We got WWF Trivia. You've got the Hulkster, Odds and Ends, WWF stuff, managers, and the ladies. And, of course, the Wrestling Spotlight with Bret the Hitman Hart on the cover. Macho King Randy Savage. Can he keep his head? Sorry, I got this falling out here. But there you go. That looks like the coronation of the Macho King right there. And, of course, the sensational Queen Sherry. Alright, more of the Macho King. And here you go. How I Wrestled Macho Man and Won. You got a picture of the kid with the WWF title. But this is for the NES game from Acclaim. Alright. Jake the Snake Roberts. $1 Million Obsession. I guess he was obsessed with the $1 Million Man at this time and defeating him. Or maybe it was DiBiase was obsessed with Jake the Snake and defeating him. Envy, Rick Martel's hostile preoccupation with Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Here is some more of that. Rick Martel and Brutus Beefcake. Demolition regains tag team title. Brain Busters outsmart themselves. And here is some from that match. Where was this from, guys? Was this like on Superstars or Wrestling Challenge? I don't think it was a Saturday night's main event, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if you remember. Action-packed video gifts for the holidays. Hulkamania 4 from Coliseum Video. And it looks like you've got some of the cheaper, shorter videos. You got High Flyers, looks like WrestleMania's Greatest Matches, and Hulk Hogan, Real American. Those were only $19.95 each. Those are a little bit more realistic than your normal Coliseum video, which retailed for $59.95. Pretty crazy back then, the prices. All right, Private Eye. You've got Robin Leach visits WWF Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan. Robin Leach from Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Who remembers that show? I didn't know they did an episode with Hogan. That's interesting. Let's see if I can find that on YouTube somewhere. All right, here is the ad for WWF Magazine subscription. And of course, here are the cards that you pull out and you send to subscribe. Here's the official fan club, the official WWF 90-91 fan club. So it has changed from the 89-90, and it's now the 90-91 fan club. And look at all the cool stuff you got. Still, only $9.95, guys. Pretty cool. All right, the World Wrestling Federation Lowdown. Ronnie Garvin versus Greg Valentine. The battle rages on and on. The world's biggest party. The Barber gets in focus. Ultimate Warrior. Hillbilly Jim's Lucky Streak. The WWF goes to Europe. Haku. And Bad News Brown gets better. Make it look like a newspaper now. Kind of like the look. I kind of like the old look too. It was one of my favorite parts of the magazine. But this is kind of cool. Wrestler's rebuttal. Why Rowdy Roddy Piper shouldn't be allowed in the ring by ravishing Rick Rude. Well, I don't think you get to say that. And here we go. WWF Crossword again is back facing. It usually was over here. And then they usually had the Wrestler's rebuttal here. But they've changed it up in the last couple of issues. And here, a WWF holiday event. No holds barred. The movie, the match. Watch the movie. Witness the match. I ordered this on pay-per-view. I still have my original VHS that I recorded. I have to pop that out one day. But I don't know. Is this on Peacock to at least have the match part of it? Obviously, they're not going to show the movie. Because that may be different. Whoever owns the rights. It's New Line Cinema and all that. But I don't know. I don't know if they even have the match on there. But there you go. In a steel cage. WWF Champion Hulk Hogan versus Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Zeus, the Human Wrecking Machine, and the Macho King Randy Savage with Sensational Queen Sherry in the corner. No holds barred, the movie, the match. Pretty cool. And here, caught in the act, you've got the Genius just hanging out there. And the back cover, go head-to-head wireless. Looks like some controllers made by Acclaim for Nintendo. And that, guys, is the December 1989 issue of WWF Magazine, Rowdy Roddy Piper on the cover. All right, guys, that is the December 1989 issue of WWF Magazine with Rowdy Roddy Piper on the cover. What a way to wrap out the year, and what a way to wrap out WWF Magazine in the 80s. So, I mean, technically the next issue will come out in December of 89, so it will be the last issue released in the 80s, but this is the last one marked as an 80s magazine. Again, guys, I'd like to ask you, please comment down below. I'd love to hear it. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back. Please like the video, and please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. Also, go on over to Facebook. Check out the page over there, the Collectors Entertainment Network Facebook page. Give that a like and join the Federation Nation group. I'd love to have you over there as well. All right, we wrapped out the 80s. We wrapped out 1989. Rowdy Roddy Piper on the cover. Next week's issue is the January 1990 issue with Jake the Snake Roberts on the cover. But until then, guys, have a good one.